Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel SFMC Stories. So it's been a long time, so I'm coming up with a new set of videos related to connecting marketing cloud engagement with Agentforce. So some of you would have attended my session or the workshop in MC Square in Bengaluru edition. So this is related to the same topic here, where we'll be discussing about connection with Agentforce from marketing cloud engagement. And as some of you already know, if you are from marketing cloud engagement background, we don't have out of the box connector for Agentforce unless and until you have a marketing cloud next privilege. And if you're transitioning, if you have a plan for transitioning, and if you're using marketing cloud engagement plus. With that said, today's topic is more about the introduction and how we can connect marketing cloud engagement with Agentforce. So again, quick intro about myself. I am Aishwarya, working as solution architect in entity data, and I'm a Salesforce marketing champion. And I also lead Marketer Group Bengaluru. I'm a CGL for the group. And if you're tagging me anywhere, you can use SFMG BLR, which is the tag I have kept for my group. And also you can tag SFMC stories. And I'm an active community speaker and SFMC enthusiast. And I have eight certificates, Salesforce certificate. I'm a consultant and two times dreaming speaker, author of SFMC stories. This is the website that I'm having. And all my social handles linked over here. If anyone wants to follow me, you can follow here. Okay, so now as we are discussing about Agentforce, which is an AI handle of Salesforce, uh, I have brought up one quote here. So AI won't replace humans, but humans who use AI will replace those who don't. So this was quoted by Sam Altman. Okay, so yeah, very powerful statement for today's world, right? So if you are not aware of what is AI, that is where you are failing. So you should understand at least the basics of AI now, and this is the time to learn. With that said, thank you for everyone who made time to watch this video today. And this session would be interesting, so make sure you continue watching. In today's session, we'll be covering the introduction part to the topic and also what is SFMC stories and what are all the sessions will be covered part of this series. And then the install package, external credential and named credential, which is the initial step. Okay. So introduction to my SFMC stories is this was founded in 2023 by me. And my main goal here is to make people learn marketing cloud engagement, account engagement, and marketing cloud next. So I initially started with marketing cloud engagement basics related content on my website. Slowly, I am also giving some content on marketing cloud next, and the basics would be like data cloud, and the foundation is very important. So data cloud plays a major role. So I have some recent articles on data cloud as well in my website. So if you are interested, please do check out my website, and here is the link. Okay, now coming to this topic, like powering marketing cloud engagement with Agentforce. So what is this all about? Um, as I mentioned, Agentforce is an AI handle of Salesforce, and most of you are interested to learn Agentforce, right? And most of you are interested to connect Marketing Cloud engagement with Agentforce. And now we are more advanced. We are having Headless 360, and we are having MCP. All these things coming up. So this particular series would be a foundation for that, because some of the concepts what you use here will be more or less related to the topic which is connected to MCP and Headless 360. So let's understand what this particular topic will do. Okay, so you need like Whatever API facility you are having with Salesforce Marketing Cloud, all these um, capabilities can be achieved through this connection or this Agentforce to Marketing Cloud engagement connection. So, with that said, what you can understand is like it's more or less like connecting API capability or connecting Marketing Cloud engagement API to your external system. Now, Agentforce plays an external system because it is not sitting within Marketing Cloud engagement, right? It is outside of Marketing Cloud engagement platform. So you're going to establish the connection between both the system. So when we are saying establishing connection, definitely we need to bring up the connection there, right? So that's where install package, then the external credential setup. It's again related to um, it is again related to Salesforce. So you will understand what it is, and then the name credential setup and testing connection. So this is what you are going to see in this video. And then next we'll see Apex, how to use Apex to create email without Agentforce. And then here in this particular setup, we will be using Apex invocable classes, then the external credential setup, name credential setup, and then prompt builder, flow setup, then the normal Agentforce configuration and how you can deploy. So this is covered part of this series. If at all, if you are having any questions, you can feel free to drop your questions in the comment. So I'll come back to your questions in the later stages. So the second session, as I mentioned, this is related to how you're going to write an Apex class to create email without Agentforce. Because later in the series, you will understand how to use an Apex code to create an email with Agentforce. Then prompt builder, basics of prompt builder, then the Apex invocable method. So this you can consider as a continuation of your second session as well, or you can learn prompt builder and then jump to the fourth session. So this Apex invocable method is where you can create an email with Agentforce. And this agent we are creating, which will help in creating an email. As I mentioned earlier, this is not only for creating an email. Whatever you feel like whatever capabilities we are having with API, REST API and SOAP API, all those capability you can bring in here. But for the simple use case purpose, we are creating an email with Agentforce. You can create a data extension, you can update a data extension, all these things you can do with Agentforce. Okay. But only the endpoints matter and the parameters matters. So that we'll get into it later. Then the flow setup where you are going to establishing the connection, right? Like what needs to be performed first. Prompt builder is important. So prompt will take the first step, and then the invocable method, which will help in establishing the connection or triggering Salesforce endpoint, Marketing Cloud endpoints, and creating an email in Marketing Cloud. So that is what Apex invocable method will do. So these two steps is connected in prompt builder, and then the Agentforce configuration. Now we are having flow, and that flow we are going to activate. That will be activated, and that you are going to connect in your Agentforce builder. So with this said, the final step is deploying that to Marketing Cloud engagement, maybe on a cloud page or in your external website, those things, right? So that we'll be discussing here in the Agentforce deployment section. Okay, so as I mentioned, today's topic is more about the initial setup. So we'll understand the install package, external credential setup, name credential setup, and the testing connection.
We are discussing about install package, external credential and named credential and why it is required just to establish the connection between CRM and marketing cloud. There will be a question why MC Connect is not being used here. MC Connect supports a standard functionality, like if you want to send out an email based on some record changes, some field changes, that is what MC Connect can help out. And also, it supports some changes on the object structure or on the data extension, and also for analytics purpose. If you want to generate some tracking related information, that is where MC Connect will help you out. But here we are working on an agent force, which is now not available with MC Connect. That's where we need to take a custom route, that is via API. So install package is where you are going to establish connection with the CRM, which is an external system to Marketing Cloud. So first, let's understand what is this install package and what is external credential and named credential. So install package, I'll just take an example of a banking system. So in banking system, definitely everyone will have a bank account. When you are opening a bank account, you will definitely have an account number and a PIN given to your account number. So that is what this install package will help you create, right? So you will have a bank account, you will have an account number and a PIN, which is a client secret. And account number is nothing but your client ID. So this will help you to give some privileges to you, like with your account, what are all the things that you can do in your bank, whether you can deposit, you can withdraw, those type of things is what install package will help you out. Then coming to the external credential, so this is like a card, like an ATM card that you own. Okay, so maybe you already have an account number and a PIN, which you already got in the initial account setup itself. But however, that PIN code is a secret number, right? Which you cannot share with everyone. So that's where you need to store that secret number in a secure place. So that is where external credential comes into picture. So you will store this PIN number and your account number in a safe place. Okay. Why we want this external credential is because you can also store this in a code, like if you want to retrieve that every now and then, and if you are running multiple code, you can store that in that code as well. But the problem is, every time when you are changing your PIN number, you need to go and change in every code that you have written. So that's where this is a secure place. External credential is where you are going to update it once, and you can use it multiple times. And now coming to the named credential. So this is actually a bridge that connects your card, that is the ATM card, with your bank. Okay, so this named credential act like an ATM machine. Okay, it stores the location of your bank and says to talk to this bank, use this specific ATM card. Okay, you might have seen multiple ATM machines for different banks. So that is where like it helps you to connect your ATM card to the respective bank, right? So similarly here, named credential will help you to connect your external credential with install package. And here you will get a shortcut name, like instead of giving a long name, instead of confusing the system, like with multiple details, you're just going to swipe your card and you're just going to give your PIN number and the respective operation that you want to perform. So that is what the name credential will help you out. So here you are going to use either REST API or SOAP API, and you are going to connect that to your external credential. Okay. So now let's get into install package, and we'll see how this actually works. Here I have opened install package. Now we need to set up a new install package for this purpose. Let me give a name like MCE Agent Force. Okay, I believe it's already there, but we'll see. Okay, so this is now created. Now we need to add some components to it, right? So whenever you are creating an install package, you definitely need to add component. So what type of connection this is? This is actually a server to server connection, but I'm not seeing that over here. So it's an API integration. And here we have server to server client credential integration. So this is what we need to choose. And now coming to the scope. So as we were discussing earlier about different values, right? Different scopes that we are going to set up, or the permissions that we are going to give to the account. So that is where this comes into picture. So here we need to give some specific permissions, starting with email, read, write, because we are going to create an agent who can create an email. So what are all the permissions that we can think of to create an email? That is what we are going to provide here. So definitely the documents and images needs to be retrieved. So that's where read write for documents and image. Again, the saved content, read and write. And yeah, we already provided read and write for email and a read option for web. Again, web is optional, but again, it's better if you provide that, because if you're accessing something from the external site, that is where it comes into picture. Then again, data extension. I'm just going to give access for data extension as well, if at all, if I want to embed some AMP script codes, again, which I can leverage with um, Agentforce as well. So that's where I'm giving that option. So yes, that's it. Nothing much. We are not going to give any further access to this particular connection. I'll just click on save. Okay, now this got created and we now have a client secret as well, which I am going to copy. Okay, so that is one time generated. So you just need to keep that particular client secret, and also the client ID will be available for you here, which you need to keep it safe, which will be used by external credential for the connectivity. And we also have authentication base URI, REST base URI, and SOAP base URI, which we will be leveraging in external credential to establish the connection. And the scope of work, whatever we have provided, is available here. Read, write for documents and image, saved content, read, write, data extension, read, write. So this is about install package. So we are not going to touch this again. So we just need to save that client ID, client secret, what we got, and we need to keep a note of client ID. Done. So this is our install package. We are Okay, now we need to set up external credential and named credential. So to do that, we are in CRM, or if you already have a Sales Cloud or Service Cloud platform, you will already have the CRM setup section. You need to come to this setup. It is available here in this gear icon. You just need to click this gear icon. You have different options here. You need to select setup, and that will navigate you to this section. So here in setup, we need to search for named credentials. You will not see a section named as external credential. So you should always search for named credential. Once you come to named credential, you have this external credential and external auth identity providers. So we need to first create an external credential. Okay, so we need to give an label and name. I'll give name as MCE Agentforce. Okay, so for external credential, I'll just give a name as EC. Okay, so same thing, we'll give it here as well. And authentication protocol. So here we have different various varieties of protocol which will establish the connection. So I'll be selecting auth 2.0, and the flow type, again we have different flow types here. We need to select this client credential with the client secret flow. I'll just explain in a minute why this is required. But before getting into that, we will also add identity provider URL. Okay. So to add the identity provider URL, we will have that information sitting in install package, which we have in Marketing Cloud engagement. So we just need to capture that information here, update it, and also append it with V2 token. Okay, because this will help you in generating the token, access tokens. And we wanted to pass this credential in a request body, so we will just enable this. Okay, scope as of now, I'm leaving it blank. We will add that information later, as that is not mandatory. It is fine to leave it. And now I'll explain what is this OAuth 2.0 and the client credential with the client secret flow all about. So when you select OAuth 2.0 as your authentication protocol for an external credential, the configuration section expand to handle the token exchanges and identity verifications. So that is the purpose of OAuth 2.0. Okay, so we need to provide the token endpoint of the external system like what we provided under identity provider URL. And when we pass the client credential in request body, this sends client ID and client secret in the HTTP body. Okay, so this is common for legacy or strict APIs like Marketing Cloud. If you are not checking this box, then the credentials will not be sent via credentials will be sent via the authorization basic header. Okay, those that is the standard approach. But when we are using Marketing Cloud, this is better to choose this option. Okay, so once this is done, later we need to set up a permission set, and also we need to enable principal. Okay, we'll get into that in some time. I'll just click on save. Okay, here my scope is empty now. So which means I have not given any permission as of now what it should do. The same thing what we did in Marketing Cloud engagement while setting up, we chose some of the options, right? We did click on some check boxes like email read, write, data extension read, write. So that is what we are going to give here as scope. Okay, I'll come to this in a minute. Okay, so here authentication protocol, I'll just add the scope as well now. So the scope is, we have a list, right? We already selected some of them. Okay, so what we have here, let's quickly check. I'll save and I'll show you what are all the options we have. First is offline. Okay, then email read, email write, whichever we provided already. Then web read, then documents and images read, document and images write, saved content read, saved content write, data extension read, data extension write. Here offline is important, so this will give the offline access to your system, that is Marketing Cloud engagement. So don't forget to add offline. Okay, so once this is done, later we need to create a named credential and we need to link it, and also we need to create a principal here. Okay, so now we'll go and click create a principal. Okay, principal name, Let's give it again MCE, Agent Force, Principal. Okay, sequence, unless and until you are keeping multiple principles, you need to mention the sequence order. Otherwise, it's okay to keep it as one. And client ID, client secret. If you remember, we got some like while creating the install package in Marketing Cloud engagement, we got a client secret which we copied, right? So that client secret we need to add here. So for now, I will copy the client ID and I'll add it over here, and also the client secret which we generated or which we got while creating the install package in Marketing Cloud engagement. Okay, so this is what we are trying to achieve here, and we just need to copy paste. Okay, now this is established. There is like now we have enabled named credential. We have enabled external credential, and we have given the information for the principal as well. Okay, so just remember this principal name. It's MCE Agentforce principal, and we have given the client ID and secret as well, which is again masked up. Okay, I'll not add any custom headers here. I'll leave it as blank. Then coming to related named credential, now we need to create a named credential for this. I'll go back to named credential and I'll see the named credentials section. Here you don't see any MCE related named credential. We are now going to create one. Okay, so I'm just following the same naming convention. Again, it is better to follow the same naming convention. Just to keep it consistent. So I'm giving NC here, which is nothing but named credential. Then coming to the URL, again, this is the REST API URL. I now need to create a REST and SOAP API. Okay, now maybe instead of giving this name, I'll just give REST NC. Instead of Agentforce, I'll remove that and I'm giving it as REST NC. Okay, similarly, we also need to give it for SOAP. And again, we need to go back to Marketing Cloud engagement, and we need to capture the uh, REST base URI and SOAP base URI. Okay, so this is my REST API URI. Okay, so let me try if I can bring the screen here itself. Yeah, until it loads. Okay, what I did, I just gave a label MCE REST NC, MCE REST NC, and I've given the URL. Enabled for callouts, let's keep it enabled. And then external credentials. Now we have created an external credential, that is this one, MCE Agentforce EC. So we'll use that. And then the client certificate, again, we don't have any client certificate here, so we can leave it blank and it's not important as well. So it's okay to leave it. Okay. And when you are using REST API, you need to choose this option, generate authorization header. Okay, and rest of the things you can leave it as blank. Okay, I think by now this got created. I'm quickly going to AC Agentforce. Okay, so here you can see the rest base URI. This is what I have copy pasted and added over here. Okay, so just click on save. Okay, now external credential is connected to MCA REST NC. If you are working on SOAP API, you can also create a SOAP API related named credential similar to what we did for REST. I'll quickly do that as well. So here we just need to give a name similar to what we did for what we did for rest. Okay, and we need to give that soap URI. Just copy this and paste it over here. Okay, and then the client credential, you just need to select the same client credential, external credential which you created earlier. And here, as this is SOAP API, we need to give a different settings here, or we need to select a different options. Okay, for what to say, for REST, we chose generate authorization header. For SOAP, we are going to give allow formulas in HTTP header and HTTP body. Okay, and you can give this uncheck. And here you need to also mention, you also need to append this with service.asmx. Okay, this is the URL which you need to use for SOAP API connection. Okay, I'll just follow the same standard structure that is followed. Okay, this is done. You are just going to verify whether you have updated everything correctly and then click on save. Done. Now we have created both named credential, MCE REST NC, MCE SOAP NC. If I go to external credential now, and if I open MCE Agentforce EC, which was created earlier, you can see both of them got attached, right? You can see that REST and SOAP is attached now. But this is not done. We also need to create a permission set, okay? And where we are going to give access to MCE Agentforce principal. So for that to work, we need to go to permission set. Let's create a new permission set. And this is a custom one, custom permission set. I am again giving the same name, MCE Agentforce, or MCE agent is also fine, but let's give MCE Agentforce permission set. So for permission set, I'm giving it as PS. Okay, so make a note of these things somewhere. Used for accessing external credential. Okay, only if you are a user who wanted to access external credential, you need to add this permission set to your user. Okay, so for now, I'm not adding any session activation required, and license. Let's give a guest license if we have any. Okay, we'll see if we have anything, or else we'll leave it blank. It will automatically take the license. So I don't see a guest license available directly over here. So I'll just I'll directly click on save. Okay. So now we don't have a license here, and this is empty, and who created this, all these information is what you will see. Here in this section, external credential principal access, you will see the external credential which we had, which we created. Okay, that you need to assign. First, we'll go and edit this section. We need to select the MCE Agentforce EC that we created. Right, we created with this same name. So this is what we are selecting here, and we are saving it. Okay, now this is saved. Now we need to go and manage assignments. And this assignment will give access to the user. Okay, which user you want to provide access to the external credential. That is what you are going to do here. Okay, so this particular username is Marketing Cloud. Let me search if we have a user by this name. Oh, yes, we do have. So just select this and click on next. It's a system admin. Click on assign. Okay, no expiration date. Again, if you want to specify some expiration date, you can provide that as well. Now done. Now this same user has access to named credential and also the external credential. So how to view that? Again, I'm going back to named credential section, and in named credential we had external credential. So I need to open that external credential. I need to navigate down to principals. Here in the principal section, if I edit, I'll see the principal access with a permission set, okay, which we just now created, and the ID will be auto generated for you, and everything else remains as it is. Later, we'll be also adding a profile, but for now, permission set is enough. Okay, so this is how you're going to establish connection with um, marketing cloud engagement and CRM. Okay, once this is done, now we need to go and check whether the connection is working fine. Okay, so for that we have developer console in CRM. Okay, so this section is used for testing the Apex code, and also testing whether the connection is working fine. Maybe if you are having an API code that you need to test with a code with an Apex class, that is what you are going to do here. Where you don't want it to save it, you are going to use that as open execute anonymous window. So when you choose this, you are not going to save that code, but you can test things. Okay, so this is a generic code that you can use to check this named credential. You just need to change this call out, okay, according to the named credential that you have set up. I'm using a REST API here. So that's where I'm using, I mean to say the REST API endpoint here. That's where I'm using MCE underscore REST underscore NC. Okay, but if you are not using REST API, you need to, again, just give me a minute. I don't know whether the entire screen is being shared. Okay, once this is done, we need to go to setup. In setup section, or maybe in this gear icon, you can see developer console. So you need to open this developer console, which will help you to test the connectivity between your external system, that is marketing cloud engagement, with CRM. Okay, whether the connection established via named credential or not, you're going to test it over here. So we have debug section where you can see open execute anonymous window. So if you don't want to save an Apex class, this is where you are going to run your Apex class. So I'll just open this, and here we need to write a code. Okay, so this code will help you to this code will help you to um, check whether the connection is working fine or not. That is where we are going to run a code. So just give me a minute. I'll just use the code that I'm having. Okay, so this is the code I'm having. Uh, this is the code I'm having, but I need to replace this API with NC. Okay, so this is nothing but the named credential that we created, right? Instead of using name credential, you can also use the complete URI, REST URI that you have in Marketing Cloud Engagement. It is up to you. So here you are going to set the method, set body, and pass some payload. So payload is just a field value pair. Okay, so this is a field, this is a value kind of pair. That is the payload we are passing for this endpoint URL asset. Okay, so this aside needs to be created. Yeah, we just now need to test whether this named credential is working fine or not. You can also open log to check how this runs. Okay, and need to click on execute. We should get success message, otherwise we are getting an error. Okay, so here this is an log, execution log with all the details available over here. But you can also uh, just check at the success. Okay, this is a success message log you can see here with the success information and status is success. That means whatever you have run just now, that is correct and no issues in that. Okay, so this is how you're going to test the connection. And now the connection is established and it is working fine. We need to move on to the next step. And using the same Apex class method only, we are going to establish connection with Agentforce and Marketing Cloud engagement.
So thank you for watching till now. So if you are having any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat, or I mean to say in the comment section. I'll come back to your questions. And if at all, if you're needing an immediate assistance, you can follow me on LinkedIn and you can just send out a message to me. I'll be there to help you out. So with that said, thank you for staying till now, and have a great rest of your day. And we'll come back again with the next session. With the next topic. Thank you.